Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad.
Busta Rhymes just grabbed my hand. Oh, what's up, Busta? What's up? Now he holding my hand the whole time. I'm like, what's up, man? He like, what you doing? Meanwhile, Busta still got my hand in his hand. You can come in with me if you want.
Oh, he's cute. I want him. So when I heard that, I turned around like, man, did he just say that?
If Busta ever try to front on me, hit you with no delay, so what you saying, yo? Should have with that 9 milli, what the devil, yo? Yeah, I do his better than him. He better not play with me. I will and perform Busta Rhymes' show. Cause look, man, if they try to say that if you ever thought that the Busta Rhymes was better than me, you crazy.
Busta Rhymes is trending like crazy right now, and not for anything he dropped in the studio. One of his former bodyguards just came out of nowhere, claiming Busta had some real questionable behavior, especially when it came to inviting young men into his VIP section. Yeah, it's getting real messy, but that's just the beginning. Orlando Brown been out here wildin', saying Busta's one of those undercover rappers who allegedly turned him out. That's his claim, and he's been doubling down on it. And now, 50 Cent slid into the drama too, throwing shade in his usual slick way, hinting that Busta might be living a whole different lifestyle behind closed doors. And it doesn't stop there. More dudes are now stepping up, claiming Busta made some weird, out-of-pocket moves on them, trying to convince them to come party with him. But let's be real, this ain't just about who someone likes. It's about these industry dudes putting on a tough act in public, but then moving super shady behind the scenes. Some even claim he crossed lines by getting handsy, all while hiding behind fame because he's scared to live his truth. Word is, people in the game been side-eyeing Busta for a minute now. Whispers behind the scenes, now turning into full-blown accusations out in the open. So what exactly did Orlando and 50 say about Busta Rhymes? And are these stories about him crossing lines with younger men for real? Let's break it all down. Did you know Busta Rhymes was already making headlines back in 2006 for snapping on a male fan? And not in a good way. According to the New York Post, a dude walked up to Busta, tapped him on the shoulder, just trying to show some love and give props for his comeback. But instead of taking the compliment, Busta allegedly flipped out. He went off on the fan and then reportedly turned to his bodyguard and said, "I hate effing F-word man." That moment set the tone, and it didn't end there. Just a year later in 2007, Busta was asked in an interview about homophobia in hip-hop, and he made his stance loud and clear. He said because of what he represents culturally, he don't support homosexuality at all. Then they pressed him, asking if he could ever see the rap game accepting a gay artist, and Busta didn't even give an answer. He just straight up walked out the interview. Now fast forward to today, and the irony is wild, because Busta's name is being dragged into all these stories suggesting he might be hiding a whole different side of himself. But let's be real clear, nobody's tripping over who Busta might be into. That's his private life. What's got folks side-eyeing him is the alleged pattern of anger, the way he treats people, and the accusations that he's been physical with both women and men who used to work for him. That's the part that's got people calling him out. Now, if we take it back to the early 2000s, that's when the whispers about Busta's preferences really started heating up. And guess who had the nerve to spill the first cup of tea? None other than Wendy Williams. She was the one who put it out there, calling Busta a homo thug and claiming there was more going on than he let the world see. So what exactly did Wendy expose about Busta's so-called secret lifestyle? Let's get into it. Back in the day, Wendy Williams had the whole industry shook. She wasn't just talking gossip, she was out here dropping names, especially when it came to rappers rumored to be living double lives. And when it came to that so-called DL list, Busta Rhymes' name allegedly made the cut. Listeners would call into Wendy's radio show and spill wild, unfiltered tea.
We come from a very homosexual era of hip-hop as well. There was a radio personality once upon a time, her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such.
Shout out to Wendy Williams, the first woman to uncover the homo thugs. That's what these down low bitches was called when Wendy first started talking about it in the 90s, the homo thug. She talking about Diddy.
And then what's the stuff that's happening to Wendy Williams? You think this is all connection too?
Of course. They've been waiting. He's been waiting. He was waiting for Kim. Remember? He was waiting. The casket was ready. She was literally casket ready.
When she put out those pictures of the dude pulling his pants down and it looked like some gay act that was going on, he got on the phone. He said, let me tell you this. When I get back to New York City, if she's on the radio station, he's talking to a radio executive. He said the same thing. He said, nobody that I deal with, nobody that I know is gonna do anything with y'all, no business at all. It ain't gonna be no artist, no nothing gonna come. He's telling people that at a radio station. When we got back to New York City, Wendy Williams was in Philly at a new station.
Wow.
That's the power he had.
One guy in particular called in with a crazy story. He claimed that after he got down on his knees for Busta, the rapper turned around and punched him straight in the face. Yeah, it was that intense. But hold up, it gets even messier. The caller said Busta warned him to keep quiet about whatever happened that night. And guess where this all supposedly went down? A known NYC club where, according to folks, certain rappers would pull up for secret encounters with men, the kind of place you wouldn't expect these hard-edged stars to be seen. Word is, Busta worked overtime to get that radio clip scrubbed off the internet. But Wendy's Day One fans, they still remember that episode like it aired last week. And it wasn't just Busta that Wendy came for. She was one of the first voices to call out Diddy's alleged DL lifestyle too, and she didn't come empty-handed. She had receipts. Rumor has it, Wendy even had a photo of Diddy with another man, and when he found out, he flipped. Allegedly, Diddy used his connections to get Wendy fired from Hot 97. Just like that, he shut her down and had her pushed out of New York so fast, she had to restart her career in Philly. That's the kind of behind-the-scenes power we're talking about. Jaguar Wright just added more flames to the fire, saying Wendy was the original one to expose Diddy and his supposed crew of homo thugs moving in silence through the industry. It was chaos. Word on the street is that Busta Rhymes and Diddy weren't just industry buddies. They were real close. Folks been whispering for years that they had more in common than just music deals. Some even allege that they used to share young dudes between them. That's what's being said out here. But now that Diddy's caught up in a full-blown federal investigation, Busta's suddenly keeping his distance, acting like they were never tight. But let's not rewrite history. They were thick as thieves for decades. Way back in the 90s, Busta was everywhere with Diddy, always spotted in VIP sections, red carpets, and music video sets, chilling with folks like J-Lo, Aaliyah, Hype Williams, and the whole celebrity squad. And don't forget this moment, Busta sitting next to Diddy and Jay-Z, all smiles. But the way Diddy was looking at Busta, like he was on the menu. People still talk about that photo. Even in September 2023, just weeks before Cassie dropped her bombshell lawsuit, Busta was still out here hyping Diddy up like nothing was wrong. That timing? Crazy suspicious. Now back to Jaguar Wright's claims about Wendy Williams exposing this so-called group of homo thugs. She said it wasn't just about their private lifestyle. It was about the threats, the intimidation, and straight-up violence they used to keep people quiet. Allegedly, anyone who even thought about speaking on what really went down behind the scenes got shut down quick, sometimes by force. And let's talk receipts. Both Diddy and Busta got long histories of lashing out. People say they always target folks they know won't fight back. Busta's legal troubles date all the way back to 2006, when he allegedly beat up a man for spitting on his car. That same year, prosecutors came at him again, trying to slap him with a weapons charge. Things been messy for a long time. According to Billboard, Busta wasn't just wildin'. They claimed he had a whole machete stashed in his ride. Yeah, a machete. That was just one of the wild headlines tied to him. Then in 2007, Busta ended up back in trouble again. This time he got arrested and hit with a misdemeanor after allegedly roughing up his ex-driver over money drama. He eventually pleaded guilty to both cases and got slapped with 3 years of probation. Just when it looked like the heat was cooling down, boom! In 2009, the New York Post dropped another bombshell. Busta had to cough up $75,000 to a fan. Why? The guy said Busta straight lost it, throwing water bottles at him while his bodyguard allegedly punched him in the face. And what triggered it all? The fan claimed he tried to quietly dip out of Busta's concert early. He told the Post that he only pulled up to the show to see Fabulous, but when Fab didn't show, he stood up to leave right after Busta's set. That's when things went left. The fan said Busta told him to sit down and hit him with, "I'm not good for you." Then Busta allegedly splashed him with a bottle of water, followed by 2 more. And before he could react, Busta's bodyguard reportedly clocked him. Just like that. Now, when you look at the pattern, the rage, the run-ins, the control, it's no shock Busta and Diddy were thick for so long. But beyond their tempers, folks say they had something else in common. Their alleged obsession with way younger men. If you ask Busta's former bodyguard, Big Homie CC, he's got a whole vault of stories. He claimed Busta used to send his crew out to scout fine young dudes and bring them straight to his VIP section at the club. No questions asked. Big Homie CC had the internet on fire when he appeared on The Art of Dialogue, boldly calling Busta a super zest monster and spilling all the alleged details about what went down behind closed doors. According to him, this wasn't some new scandal. He said it's been an open secret in the industry for years. Everybody in the loop, especially club promoters, already knew what time it was when Busta Rhymes was showing up. Word is, whenever he was set to pull up to a party or event, promoters were scrambling behind the scenes to line up some fine young dudes for his VIP section. That was the unspoken rule to keep Busta entertained all night. Big Homie CC dropped even more wild details about one especially crazy night. He said Busta spotted him at the club with actor and model Don Benjamin and one of Don's boys who happened to be openly gay. And the moment Busta laid eyes on that dude, it was on. According to Big Homie, Busta practically launched himself across the room to pull the guy into his VIP section. And once he had the dude there, he wasn't letting him out of his sight. Big Homie said Busta was all over him, sticking close, making sure he didn't wander too far, and keeping him locked in like he was the only one in the room. And this wasn't just some random moment. Nope. According to him, this kind of thing was routine. Anytime Busta hit the club, everyone who mattered already knew what to do. Find the finest man in the building and send him straight to Busta's section. Once Busta locked in on someone, that was it. No games, no hesitation, just full attention. Big Homie even remembered Busta saying straight up, "He looks cute." And after that, he wasn't letting him go for the rest of the night. Paparazzi once even caught Busta Rhymes allegedly leaving a Pride event with a trans woman, and that had people talking. But hold up, it gets even crazier. Another wild story just came out, and this time it's from none other than Orlando Brown. Yep, that Orlando. He came through recently with a jaw-dropping claim, saying he got involved with a whole squad of rappers, and Busta and Diddy were right there on that list. Orlando had the internet spinning when he jumped on camera and started spilling tea like never before, saying he got down with big names like Diddy, Busta Rhymes, Drake, Bow Wow, and a bunch of others. The lineup he named had people shook. Now here's the catch. Orlando's got a history. He struggled with substance use and has had some very public moments that had folks labeling him unpredictable. So when he first started dropping these wild claims about what's supposedly happening in the music industry, a lot of people just laughed it off. Most assumed it was just Orlando being Orlando, saying outrageous stuff for attention. But now, with all these big names getting hit with lawsuits, federal heat, and disturbing allegations, people are replaying those Orlando interviews with a whole new perspective. Suddenly, the things he said don't sound so far-fetched anymore. Could it be that Orlando's been trying to sound the alarm about what's really going down behind those closed doors? And the bigger question, who are these powerful rappers he claims took advantage of him when he was in vulnerable situations? For context, over the past few years, Orlando's popped up in multiple viral interviews where he's made some explosive allegations about Hollywood's dark side. He's talked about rituals, shady parties, and big-name monsters hiding behind fame. And in one interview, he didn't hold back, randomly dropped Diddy's name and strongly implied that something serious went down between them.
There's a lot of things that will make you buckle, bro. They make you buckle, bro. People done lost their families, bro. People done lost their kids and shit. A lot of stuff that happened.
Life insurance policies out on rappers. Mainly because it's more dangerous for rappers nowadays.
I mean, this is a touchy subject. I just, I'll give you this. You can willingly turn woman and have a bag, or you can do what I'm doing. You can willingly turn trans, or you can get in trouble and go to jail and get up, and they do it to you forcefully because you up and you didn't know what to do.
For the big things that made its rounds all over the internet, went completely viral, was some things she had to say about Diddy.
Oh, yeah.
And there was also, shortly after that, there was an old video that was kind of going viral. And it was 50 Cent, and where he says he was at a party with Diddy. And he was mad at Diddy because Diddy offered to take him shopping. And he felt like that was only something like you would do for a female.
He's a nice guy.
There's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls. This girl touched him one time, he go crazy, throw a drink on her and everything. See what I'm saying? Like, what? Why you getting mad at females? You go to these guys, they in the club, go to their section. It's all men in the section.
So, I'm walking, New York City, you know, going to a club. It was Halloween weekend, you know, everybody was out. And it was this party we was going to, me, my boy, and his friend that had came in from Detroit. Friend that had came in from Detroit. And I'm walking across the street and Busta Rhymes just grabbed my hand. And he holding my hand. Now I ain't know it was Busta at first. You know, Busta Rhymes tall. I'm sure I came up to about right here. So the first thing I noticed was this big ass flip mode chain that was blinding me. So I look at the chain and I'm like, and I look up, I'm like, oh, what's up, Busta? What's up? Now he holding my hand the whole time. I'm like, what's up, man? He like, what you doing? And I was like, oh, me and my people, we about to go to this club around the corner. What's up, man? You know, and then I noticed throughout my peripheral vision, the side eye, this big bodyguard in black. Just standing there, you know, looking around, you know, looked at me, you know, still looking around. Meanwhile, Busta still got my hand in his hand.
Trip Alley said Busta hit him with an invite to slide into his VIP section at the club, and at first, Trip was hyped, thinking it was just gonna be a normal turn-up.
And he says, you know, I'm about to go in this club. You know, we got a section, you know, you can come in with me if you want. And I'm like, word, for real? Like, that's what's up. Like, he was like, yeah. I was like, well, I gotta, you know, tell my people. I was like, I come in, you know what I'm saying? He was like, okay, just let me know, you know, tell them that you coming in there to meet with me and come on up. And I was like, bet. So, of course I'm excited, you know what I'm saying? Busta Rhymes is one of my favorite artists.
The streets are buzzing, and now folks are wondering, was Orlando telling the truth this whole time? For the longest time, folks treated Orlando Brown's comments like just another punchline in the ongoing jokes about Diddy possibly living a double life. But now, with these serious accusations piling up against Diddy, the energy is shifting fast. People are starting to ask, what if Orlando wasn't just rambling? What if he's been telling pieces of the truth this whole time? When those bombshell headlines about Diddy's alleged crimes exploded in November, Cam Capone jumped on it and brought Orlando right back for another interview on his channel. This time, they circled back to all those viral comments Orlando made the year before. They even touched on that crazy story 50 Cent once told about Diddy allegedly trying to take him shopping. Yeah, that one. But the way Orlando reacted to all the Diddy talk, it had people raising eyebrows. He just smiled and said, he's a nice guy. That's it. The vibe? Real cryptic. Now, a lot of folks are convinced Orlando's playing it real smart, mixing hard truth with wild off-the-wall moments to protect himself, almost like he's using his unpredictable image as a shield, while still dropping clues and spilling real tea in the middle of the chaos. On the flip side, some people argue that just because Orlando has struggled with mental health doesn't mean everything he says should be dismissed. Some even believe that his issues might be tied to real trauma he experienced in the industry. And all these jaw-dropping claims could be his way of finally letting it out or searching for some kind of justice. And trust, he's not done. Orlando recently went viral again, doubling down and claiming he got down with multiple men in the industry. Not just Diddy, but Busta Rhymes too, along with a whole lineup of other big-name rappers. Now people are asking, how much of what Orlando's saying is really the truth? Most people are quick to brush Orlando Brown off when he starts talking, but lately, in some of his more focused interviews, he's been sounding way more clear-headed. And honestly, if you really listen and read between the lines, he's been making a whole lot of sense. And now, with all these wild rumors swirling around Busta Rhymes, guess who had to jump in and stir things up? Yup, 50 Cent. You already know he couldn't help himself. Even though the two are set to share the stage at the upcoming Humor and Harmony Comedy Festival, 50 still came for Busta with that iconic throwback pic of him in that bright yellow leather fit from the 1999 MTV VMAs. Classic 50, straight clowning. But Busta wasn't about to stay quiet. He clapped back with an AI-generated pic of 50 and hit him with, "I keep telling you, the blessings don't stop, so we ain't never gonna stop." Then he followed it up with another jab. "I thought it was Father's Day, 50 Cent, and you out here looking like this. Don't let me catch you in the mirror prepping your look for Shreveport." So yeah, the back and forth is definitely giving comedy vibes, but fans, they're not laughing. A lot of people feel like Busta's deflecting too much and needs to actually speak on those serious VIP club allegations. One fan wrote, "I've heard multiple gay stories about Busta, that he's a busty snatcher and that he physically mistreats the minis." Another person chimed in with, "I remember a show where a gay character was dating an obviously DL rapper, and I instantly thought, is this about Busta?" Even more disturbing are the claims that Busta's rumored self-hate and internal struggle allegedly lead him to harm male escorts he's hired. That's the kind of talk that has fans deeply concerned. And when you add in all the stories about his history of alleged violence and toxic behavior toward women, it's painting a picture a lot of folks can't ignore anymore. So what do you think? Are these allegations just rumors gone wild, or is there some real truth hiding in plain sight? And what's your take on Orlando Brown claiming he got down with Diddy, Busta, and more of hip-hop's biggest names? Let us know in the comments. Don't hold back. And while you're here, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Catch you in the next one.